real Steve Erceg coming back here in the main event of UFC 301. You know, if this was 200 years ago, Steve Erceg would ride into Alexandre Pantoja's
favela on horseback.
And he would kill anyone not fit to work. But it's 2024, so he's gonna whoop his ass instead.
Man,
It's the classic Steve Erceg quote.
By the way, it's still early on in the week. I can't wait for Steve Erceg to complete his Conor McGregor arc. We'll see him in a nightclub, breaking a picture of Pantoja and eating it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're talking about an all-time trash talker in Steve Erceg.
Speaking about that real quick before we continue, do you remember when Conor did those Q&As on Twitter?
Yes. Yeah.
And I remember someone asked him what was one of his favorite moments ever, and he said that was one of his favorite moments. Like, it was just a surreal moment, him in Brazil at a nightclub, breaking that picture of Jose Aldo and eating it.
Dude, honestly, like that whole build-up is some of the funniest shit Conor's ever done. Just like everyone ever, like they had like the first press conference, and he got in his face. He's like he told him like I can't remember I should know by now because they chanted at all fucking Brazilian events, but he told him like you will die like in Portuguese, and it's like he's like, dude, this guy is a fucking playing mind tricks, man. But anyways, yeah, I mean, so we got the main event, UFC 301, going down Saturday night, Farmese Arena in Rio de Janeiro. By the way, USA put out another travel warning for anybody heading to Brazil because of all the shit that's going on there. So that's kind of funny.
So be it.
Yeah. So, and
there's gonna be no American fans in attendance.
That's
Come
true.
on.
That's true. Let's just hope Steve Erceg stays safe. You know what I mean? Although let's be honest, he put some hands on a couple Brazilians. He's gonna do this Saturday night.
Might put out a few guys, right?
He might put out a few. Yeah. Look, dude. It's a good fight. Steve Erceg, very much an unknown to a lot of MMA fans, which kind of sucks because I mean the guy's put on a couple bangers so far. From a Contender Series guy, I believe. You know, he's had...
Erceg did not come to the Contender Series.
I swear to God, he competed on the Contender Series.
He did not compete on the Contender Series. He came in on short notice of the regional.
I'm going to blow your mind.
Unless he competed on it beforehand and just didn't get signed. Or was scheduled
he was scheduled to compete, and then he just got signed.
Yeah, bitch.
All right, well, you're right. But you know what? Hey, signed the Contender Series at one point in time, Steve Erceg.
I mean, at the same time, though, if he would have won on the Contender, he still would have made it in.
No. Anyways, so we got him coming in here against Pantoja. We know the deal here. The Cannibal, one of the most electrifying guys in UFC. 34 years young, kind of like, you know, he's getting close. He's kind of, you know, for a flyweight, he's still sticking and moving, improving. Feels like he's in his prime.
Yeah.
Won 5 in a row. Has 3 wins over Brandon Moreno, 2 over Brandon Royval. I mean, we're talking about a guy who's not cleared out of division, but he's
fought pretty much everybody he could in his
division. Basically fought everybody outside of
Demetrius Johnson.
No, he's fought everybody outside of like Steve Erceg and Muhammad Kai, but some of the younger dudes. Look, Steve Erceg coming in here, big underdog. Do you think the Astro Boy can get it done on Saturday night in Rio de Janeiro?
Well, he has great hands. We've seen it. He can put guys out. He's tall for the division. He's like around 5'8". If I remember right. Was that right?
5'8", bang on. Yeah.
How about that? That's fucking awesome, dude. But he's 5'8". He's good. He has a good crowd game from the little I've seen. I've never seen him in, at least from the fights I've watched. He not a lot of crazy scrambles, but when he gets to the positions, he holds them down. He gets it, and he can secure a submission for sure. I am curious to see like in this fight with Pantoja how the scrambles are going to be, because you remember those scrambles in the Moreno fight were pretty out there. They got pretty exciting. So I'm curious to see if with Erceg, as far as the fight does go to the ground, how that's going to be. I think on the feet, he'll be very comfortable, though. I am curious to see, though, there hasn't been a lot of, like, fire coming back at Erceg in his fights. He's definitely gotten the benefit of being allowed to be comfortable on his feet, not take a lot of hits, not get a lot coming back. So, especially in a guy with Pantoja who's willing to bring the violence, how is that going to be, you know, when it's coming his way and he's got to return it, you know, he's going to be comfortable on the back foot, hitting from behind. And, you know, is he going to show, you know, other levels of his game, you know, if there is some high-level wrestling, the jiu-jitsu, those other layers to his game, if he does have it, which I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. He's an underdog, but I will not be shocked if we get a Steve Erceg surprise title win. Like, it'd be one of the most shocking moments of the year, most unexpected championship change, and I think out of all of them.
Yeah, and that's partially why this fight is so interesting, because it's one of those fights that is like, you know, if you think about it, if you told somebody that started Steve Erceg, UFC champion, like, who the fuck is Steve Erceg?
Exactly, and that's what makes it exciting.
But then at the same time, it's like after the match, Chanel win, and also just stylistically, like he shouldn't be probably getting this opportunity, but stylistically, he is a very interesting option for Pantoja, and he's going to provide a lot of stylistic challenges. Like you said, tall for the division, long reach, great boxing, knows how to use the hands. It's going to be a fun fight, man. It's going to be a fun fight. I would not be shocked at all if, like, round 4 comes around. Pantoja's, because let's be honest here, he's a front runner, man. He comes out gassed.
Well, that's not even just that, Josh. We got to talk about the age. He's 34. We know the guys slow down at this point in their career. On top of that, his fight style, it's not due for the long run, if he keeps fighting the way he does. So eventually, if he keeps fighting that way, and he runs into the wrong guy, which this could be this weekend.
Yeah.
And the guy is Steve Erceg, who has clean hands. I don't know if it's power. He just hits the right spot. But that could cut that championship time short. So, I mean, those are kind of the factors I'm kind of curious. How is the gas tank going to look? How is Al going to do? How's the pressure of being in Brazil going to be for both these guys, for Pantoja coming back? Because it's one thing to fight for your country, on the undercard, building up for it. It's hype. You feel special. But it's another thing to be the front runner with the title, defending it, and having the guy across from the cage wanting to rip your head off. Because it's like, it's a lot of the fighters say, it's like, I wouldn't say it's easy getting the title, but once you get the title, okay, cool. But defending the title, that's when the real difficulty starts coming. Once guys start gunning for you, and it's like, how is he going to deal with that? Finally, when that one, once the guy is actually seeking out him instead of him being the one seeking out the fights.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I saw, it was funny. It's Corey Anderson. That's how I'm talking about this. He's like, yeah, I spent my whole, because he won the Bellator title back in February, I think. And he was talking about how, like, I spent all these nights up late studying the champion. I was always watching film. I'm always staying ready. I'm always keeping an eye on who the champion is, always watching him. And now everybody's doing that to me. And now I'm the guy with the target. It's like, it's a big difference.
On top of that, Erceg has 14 professional fights. I think 5 AMI, 6 AMI, actually.
Yeah.
Pantoja has 30 plus, maybe even approaching 40.
A lot more film.
A lot of film.
A lot of fights in the UFC, too. I mean,
yeah, against the highest level, available. And he's lost in the UFC. So that's another thing, too. He's lost a high-level opponent. So there's a lot there for Steve Erceg to work. Don't be shocked.
Yeah, don't be
shocked. I think Pantoja is a comfort pick here for everybody. I think for yourself, too.
Yes, of course.
I'd say so. And justifiably, at the same time, we could come in here and Erceg could get blown out of the water. I don't think it will, though. I don't think it will. And a lot of people are giving... That's hilarious, John. A lot of MMA media is kind of... They like the fight. They appreciate the fight for what it is.
But they're also not really giving Steve Erceg much of a shot to win.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I feel like some are like... They're saying what we're... I think the common phrase being used is, it's interesting. He's an interesting guy. He's an interesting choice.
Yeah, and look, I mean, ranked number 10, I believe. It's not very rare. It's pretty rare to see a guy like that.
By the way, is this the biggest jump someone's made to a title shot? Like, I guess...
in terms of time?
No, like as far as rankings, like a 10 guy fighting for the title.
Dan Henderson was ranked number 13 when he fought Michael Bisping.
Nice.
Now, granted, and people bitch about this at the time too, but like there was like a lot of stuff that went into that. Like they had the rivalry. Like Weidman was hurt and had just lost the belt. Rockhold had just lost the belt. Jacare was hurt. Yoel Romero was on suspension. Like there was like so much shit that went into that fight at the time. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, as far as dude, Steve Erceg, number 10, ranked number 10. Very rare to see a guy in this sort of position. But look, dude, he's got the skills on the feet. He's still very much an unknown. He's the younger guy. Here's the taller guy, the bigger dude. I mean, he's got a lot of factors going into his advantage. That being said, I think most likely Pantoja going to come out here with the win. I mean, I think he's much better on the mat. I think we haven't seen Steve Erceg have to deal with a lot of firepower coming back at him, and he's going to have to deal with that on Saturday. I don't know much about his chin. I mean, there's so many things that are so unknown about Steve Erceg. We know he can dish it out, but can he take the fire, Angel? That's the question.
Hey, I'll give him this. In every fight I've seen him, he's looked composed.
He has. He's a very composed guy. Also a very funny guy. Have you watched The Embedded?
No, but he's so what's the word?
Well spoken.
Not the word. He's so you look at him and you wouldn't
like unassuming.
You wouldn't know. You look at him and it's just kind of like, this guy's funny.
These fucking guys might be easy champ.
But dude, that's the beauty of the sport, though. That's the beauty of the sport.
Yeah, dude. Look, man, psyched for him. I saw on The Embedded. You might get a kick out of this. He was like, "Yeah, I got the call. I really wasn't expecting the call. I got the call as I was eating a whole bucket of KFC after just chilling." And I was like, I'm gonna finish the bucket. And then it's just,
By the way, that picture of Pantoja that they got him like behind a hill or mountain. I mean,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Looks sick with the belt,
dude. You know what? He's a dog, and it feels like he's finally getting the respect that he deserves. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's one of the funnest guys in the division.
But in the UFC, period, for me, man. I mean, I love that
You're
guy.
right. You're right.
Look, man. Outside of the main event and the co-main, this card falls off a fucking cliff. But there are some other fights.
I
to
disagree,
talk about.
but
We'll talk about the whole main card. I guess I should say the whole. I think I will say this. I think the main card as a whole is good. After the main card, it falls off a cliff.
I'd still disagree a little.
That's fine. You can disagree. Jonathan Martinez.
He doesn't. Josh, fuck you.
All right, fair enough. He is.
I will demonetize this right now. CM Bear agrees.
Yeah, we're not monetized. What do you have to say about that, CM Bear?
Exactly. Fucking nothing.
All right, he has nothing to say about it. Anyway, so Jonathan Martinez has won 7 fights in a row. Most of those being kind of more, I mean, I don't want to say unranked, but guys who are kind of like on the verge of the rankings. Adrian Yanez was ranked. And a couple
Was
of
Saeed Nurmagomedov not ranked
I don't believe he was
at the time?
I don't think so, but I can't find it. But anyway, so the point being here, he's faced a lot of guys who are either unranked or on the verge of the rankings or top 15s around that area. Well, he's getting the biggest test of his career. He's facing the returning Jose Aldo Jr. You're talking about a guy 37 years old, retired after a loss to Merab Dvalishvili back in August of 2022. Then went off. He fucked off. He did a little bit of boxing. You know, he won two out of 3. He had a draw with Jeremy Stevens on the undercard of a game-bred boxing event. An all-time great. We know the story here. Fighting in his hometown. It really feels like he's getting the send-off that he deserved fighting in Brazil. The opponent wasn't what they wanted. It's not what we wanted. He was supposed to fight Dominic Cruz. That fight didn't come together. Said he's facing Jonathan Martinez. Very interesting fight. What do you make of this one?
It just doesn't, like you said there, it just doesn't feel like the right fight to come back to. And it's also weird because it's been 2 years now.
Yeah.
He's removed from the sport. He's also fighting another unknowing guy, you know? Jonathan Martinez has like silently built up his way up in this division. And I think I even told you this. It's like Jonathan Martinez is in the position he is in the rankings, but it feels like they didn't want to give him that big name yet, but they still wanted to take care of him the way, so they gave him Jose Aldo.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's due for a decent fight, a kind of a name. Where's he? He's 12 right now in the rankings. Yeah. I mean, look at that. If it's not Dom Cruz is ahead of him. Rob Font just fought, not available. Umar, we know they're trying to get Umar a big fight. Kyler Phillips just fought recently. But if it's not those guys, you have Song Yadong, Cejudo, Cheeto. You know, it's guys with relevance in the division, guys who have built up their name very well. And he's being, I hate to say it, prevented from that opportunity, you know? I mean, if he gets this one, I mean, he will be undeniable for a fight because he's what, on four fight win streak?
He's won 7 in a row.
Oh, in the UFC?
Yes.
Oh, well, dude, that'll be number 8. Yeah, he'll be undisputed for a big fight.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I mean, just 6 fight win streak, I believe. So I was a little bit off, but 6.
Shit, it's about to be 7 probably.
Yeah, and guys in there like Cubs. I mean, full disclosure, dude. I mean, I think this is the worst possible matchup for Jose Aldo to come back to.
I mean, I don't know.
He's a low ranked guy who is on a fucking tear.
Yes,
and it's like not a big name either. It's like,
yeah,
man.
Jose, I mean, I think we even talked about it a while back when we talked about that Jose was coming back. That Johnny Martinez got the call. And they're like, yeah, you're fighting Jose Aldo, and he thought it was
a new guy.
Yeah, not the Jose Aldo.
It's like there's no way they're giving me Jose Aldo, right? Dude, by the way, I looked it up like before we started filming. Dude, Jonathan Martinez is an unknown guy to a lot of people because he's not fought in front of a crowd since 2020. February of 2020.
Yep.
Every single fight.
February 2nd, 2020.
Yeah. Every single fucking fight for this poor guy has been at the UFC Apex. Poor dude. Yeah, I mean, look,
but this is his chance.
Yeah.
To get a big win over a guy, because it'll make headlines, it'll make news. If he gets a finish over Jose Aldo, it'll especially be blown up. And he's definitely capable of that, Josh. I mean, the guy has great kicks, great leg kicks, great kicks. Some of the probably the best kicks in the division right now.
Oh yeah.
I'd say, if not the best. A lot of people probably don't know that because they haven't probably cared to watch him. But I've been there, man, watching his journey, and I know this kid has. I thought it was gonna be Chris Gutierrez out of that gym because they both are in the same gym. They train together, and Chris Gutierrez has had some stumbles along the way. But Jonathan Martinez has been able to get some of those wins, like the Saeed win,
Cub
Adrian
Swanson.
Cub Swanson, the Giannis win and been able to break through a little bit. If he breaks through with Jose Aldo, man, like I just said not too long ago, he's undeniable. Another thing I think which is going to be good, Jose Aldo has a good leg kick defense, has developed good leg kick defense over the years. But at the same time, it's been 2 years. It's been out of action in the ring. Hasn't been in the octagon for a minute now. And man, I know if Jonathan Martinez gets it going, it's not going to be a fun night in the office potentially for Jose Aldo. But the mind is still there. The body some of the body's still there, you know. But at the same time, it's like I just don't know if there's enough there for Jose Aldo to get it done. And we could be completely wrong. Jose Aldo might come in here and give us a fucking masterclass.
He might. He's just that guy. He's proved us wrong so many times.
And he might just do it again. There's just a lot of things that are not pointing in that direction.
Yeah. I'm going to pick Jonathan Martinez.